기준이랑 서연이 만나는 장면.
저기.
네.
그래.
그 어떤 애들로 쓰신 거예요?
그냥 기준이를 통해서 네가 치유받는 과정을 인물로 보여주는 거야. 그냥.
아니 근데 이렇게 주체적인 여성이 죽은 남자친구 환상을 보면서까지 자기 삶을 선택 못하고 끌려다니는 게
그러니까 기준이가 환상으로까지 이렇게 나타나서 얘기를 하잖아. 네 삶을 살라고 애원하면서.
그럼 네 삶을 살면 되지 왜 절절하게 기다리고 아프고 슬퍼해야 되냐는 거죠. 조선시대 연료전도 아니고.
조선시대 연려전이 아니고 모험 어드벤처니까. 모험 어드벤처니까.
그럼 모험을 하러 떠나가야지.
시리어스해지지 않으면 돼. 그냥 않으면 그냥 돼. 그리고 너는 그게 되는 배우야. 그러니까 걱정하지 마. 원래 배우는 그냥 어떤 작품에 이렇게 그럴싸하게 보이게 하는 게 니들 하는 일이잖아.
그쵸. 아니 뭐 감독님 저보다 더 많이 고민하셨겠죠.
아니, 넌
그냥
잘할 거야.
좀 여쭤보고 싶어가지고.
그래, 고맙다. 배 안 고파? 밥 먹으러 갈까?
네, 좋아요.
뭐 먹고 싶어?
뭐 맛있는 거 있나? 닭볶음탕.
닭볶음탕? 닭볶음탕 먹으러 갈까?
이런데 원래 닭볶음탕 맛있잖아요.
먹으러 가자. 나가보자.
어디쯤으로 가면 돼요?
좀 나가보면
Hi everyone, this is Carolyn for another episode of Carolyn Talks, and this is one of my interviews for the Toronto International ReelAsian Film Festival, the 27th Annual Film Festival. You can't see me, I'm off camera, but today I am pleased to be joined by director Park Joong-ha and co-writer Kim Ho-joon to talk about their film Small Fry, which is having its Canadian premiere here at the ReelAsian Film Festival. So one of the reasons I really wanted to speak to you was not only because you were at the Q&A, and like the things we had to say about the Q&A after the screening here at ReelAsian were really interesting, because the film's title Small Fry and the setting takes place at a fishing lake in the country, and I love films like this that are very layered and it has a lot of themes, and I think one of the film's themes is time. So that's one of the things I want to ask you about first, is having time and losing time in your career and losing time in your life be a theme in the film.
So 이제 굉장히 영화가 스타일이 좀 독특하고 그런 게 테마가 시간적으로 매력적인
시간 테마 이 테마는 낚시터라는 장소가 이 캐릭터들에게 어떤 의미의 장소가 되는데, 이 장소가 이 장소에서 3명의 배우가 만나지만 이 장소가 각 세 캐릭터에게 가지는 의미는 조금 다르다. 그리고 나는 뭔가 이들이 만난다면 하루 동안 어떤 일이 일어날 것 같아서 시간은 이렇게 하루의 이야기로, 하루 이틀, 1박 2일의 이야기로 한정 지어진 것 같다. 그렇게.
So the location, I mean the fishing spot, is kind of really meaningful to the each of characters. So, but it's kind of really different to the each of characters, because this is the same place, but all the characters has their different life.
Yeah.
So it's kind of really meaningful spot just for express and describe each of the characters' life and their passion or dream or something. And the time is like
시간은 이제 시간 부분에서 이 세 배우들의 가진 의미가 있고 이제 장소의 의미로서 세 배우들의 가진 의미가 있는데 시간을 먼저 이야기하자면
okay, so here we have like two representative meaning. The first one is time, second one is the location.
Right.
So let me talk about the first one for time.
먼저 이 주인공 유튜버 호준에게는 지금 그의 이제 늦은 30대 후반 40살의 나이 이 호준에게 이곳은 좀 잘 되는 공간인데 그는 지금 이 공간에 이 낚시터에 머무르는 게 좀 딜레마인 공간이다. 왜냐하면 유튜브는 잘 되는데 지금 그의 시기, 그의 지금 현재 시간에 나는 이제 앞으로 내 연기는 어떻게 될까 그런 시기의 의미로 지금 그는 현재 영화상 현재 그렇게 있고 그리고 또 여배우에게는 네.
So for the time to hero Ho-joon in the fishing spot, that time is really a successful time to him. As an YouTuber, as a fishing YouTuber, he's kind of really up and coming YouTuber in that industry. So in that spot and in that time when he do fishing, it's kind of really good time to him. I mean, it's a good successful time to him. But it's kind of dilemma. I mean, on the fishing spot, he's really successful fisherman. But otherwise, on the other hand, like as an actor, he's like going to forgotten actor, So it's kind of really dilemma at the time.
그 장소 자체가 그에게 딜레마.
And that location is really dilemma to this Ho-joon's character, right? So because actually he was supposed to be up and coming actor in his life, but the real life is not granted to him. Like your acting is kind of getting old, and but his fishing is kind of getting new and fresh to the people. So it's kind of a dilemma to Ho-joon.
그런 의미로 그는 물을 바라보는 어떤 그런 존재라고 생각을 하고 그렇게 요약을 해주는.
So from all of these meanings, like
그의 눈빛의 의미라고 생각합니다.
네.
yeah, his point of view and all kind of his doing in fishing spot is just only for only watching that ponds and watching the surfaces in water, and looks like some kind of like silent the emotion, like just only watching and just only see that all the surfaces shakes and something like that,
그리고 희진 여배우에게 있어서는 그녀는 이제 곧 잘 될 수 있음에도 불구하고 그 공간이 가지는 저수지가 그녀에게 가지는 의미는 조금 확실하지 자기 인생이 내가 나의 연기의 삶, 내 앞으로의 커리어 그것을 확신할 수 없는 공간으로 그렇게 그 공간이 가지는 저수지 낚시가 가지는 의미인 것 같다. 그런 의미에서 그냥 계속 물가에서 고민을 하고 있는.
So the meaning of this fishing spot and time to the Hee-jin, the actress, is actually she has opportunities that be rising actress, but she always like sitting on the fence, like, do I have to choosing this film or do I have choosing not choosing this film and keep going with my my passion or my preference for choosing the other film. So that spot and that time is like it's kind of really a different meaning to Hee-jin, right?
그래서 그녀는 낚시도 좋아하지 않는데 아무튼 그곳에 있는 게 왜 낚시도 좋아하지 않는데 낚시터에 왜 내려왔는지
Why she's coming this lake even she doesn't like
Yeah.
fishing, right? Yeah.
그런 그리고 남 감독은 이제 좀 이제 계속 나가야 되는데 뭔가가 잘 안 되는 지금 뭔가가 계속 문제가 있고 좀 약간 혼란스러운 그런 상황에서 저수지에 있는 의미인 것 같아요.
To director Nam is the time of in the lake is the really confusing time, and like all the works is not good to him. It's not although to him, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
really confused time to director Nam. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that to me is really interesting because for people who aren't really fans of fishing, it might look like a waste of time because fishing requires a lot of patience. I've done fishing. I've done like nighttime fishing and everything back home, and you really have if you're not a patient person, it's not the sport for you.
수많은 그 낚시하는 사람들에게 낚시는 기다림의 시간이 굉장히 필요하고 인내가 필요한 거다. 자기도 옛날에
Yeah.
해봤는데
But for a lot of people who really do like it, it's a moment of like just calm, of like relaxing.
릴렉스하고 그냥 좀 차분하게 해야만 하는 게 낚시입니다.
And it's a place where they can have peace, just them and waiting for the fish to come and waiting for the bait to hook the fish.
기다리고 평화롭게 큰 무언가를 기다리고 뭔가를 잡아야 되는 것이 낚시고 그 공간이다.
오케이. Exactly. 세 사람 다 어떤 그런 의미로 좀 약간씩은 다르지만 그렇게 낚시터에 존재하는 거예요.
But for these three characters, this particular moment of time is a life-changing moment. There's nothing calm about this day of fishing. There's nothing peaceful. There's no moment of reflection. It's all just chaos. So I really think it's interesting that you took an activity that's meant to be relaxing, that's meant to be peaceful, and turned it into one of just chaos. A moment where the characters have a turning point in their lives.
I mean, it's like different meaning with the ordinary fishers. Their aspired point on the fishing spot. They wanna get some like feel comfortable and
Peace,
peaceful and like rest. But these three characters, they don't look like peaceful. They don't look like calm, right? Yeah.
It's anything but peaceful, and even the act of fishing itself is an unintended competition, because like you have Ho-joon who's just there calmly catching the fish, and then you have director Nam who's just anxious and offset, and he's upset. And I think because of that, he's not catching any fish. So talk to me a bit, because the film is also about the film industry and how the Korean film industry itself operates, where you have independent filmmakers, which would be like yourself. They have to become commercial successes to be really thought of as a successful filmmaker. And I think to me, a really interesting perspective on this film is because you have a director like director Nam who wants it so bad he can't catch any fish, whereas you have Ho-joon who isn't even really thinking, it's just coming naturally to him. Like the fish will come to him because he's being patient. He's just sitting there and biding his time. So talk to me about that. I want you to talk about that as an actor and as a director, those themes of letting the story or letting the cast or letting the success come to you rather than just being stressed about it.
Okay. 그러니까 이제 호준은 뭔가 기다릴 줄 알고 차분하고 인생을 대하는 자기의 꿈을 대하는 태도가 그렇다 보니까 오히려 낚시에서 많은 고기를 잡게 보이지만 남 감독은 항상 화가 나 있고 항상 짜증나고 항상 조급하고 하니까 고기를 한 마리도 못 잡지 않아요. 그게 이런 어떤 캐릭터의 부분은 이제 한국 영화 산업을 비교해보면 한국 영화 산업을 비춰봤을 때 어떤 이런 그러니까 그런 캐릭터를 가진 배우와 그런 캐릭터를 가진 실제 감독은 한국 영화 산업이나 이런 우리에게 그 캐릭터들이 그 영화적인 산업에서 주는 어떤 의미가 어떤 게 있는지.
그 부분을 나도 생각하면서 이 영화를 만들었다.
That part, actually, he thought about like that part when he doing screenwriting. He was like editing all kinds of this process. So.
왜냐하면 그 많은 연기자나 영화 감독들이 그 입봉, 소위 상업 영화를 하기 위해서 또는 상업 영화 주인공이 되기 위해서 이렇게 나아가는데 내가 이제 오랫동안 독립 영화를 해오면서 한국 영화에서 나의 의미 그리고 또 영화를 한다는 거의 의미를 고민하는 영화를 만들고 싶었다.
So in the meantime of the filmmaking in his life as an director, he wanna like reflect his life to like this film just for many actors and for example many actors and many directors they admire to be a rising actor, to be a rising directors every time in like small film industry. But what is the meaning of the filmmaking? What is the meaning of this in being actor, being director? So he wanna talk about like those agonized things in through of this film. Yeah.
그래서 최근 한국 영화를 보면 한국 내에서조차 독립 영화와 상업 영화의 관계를 보통은 그 의미를 항상 우리는 독립 영화가 왜 존재해야만 되는지의 의미를 좀 계속 생각하면서 나가야 될 것 같다.
In South Korea film industry, even between commercial film and independent film, which way the independent filmmaker is going to be.
그리고 이거는 절대 뭐 독립 영화와 상업 영화의 상업 영화 나쁘고 좋고 이런 그거에 대한 영화는 아니다. 오해하지 말았으면
It's not story about like get some separation of the which one is the commercial, which one is independent. It's not.
네.
So just a little bit like it's like sort of the life. I mean, you know, life is always subtle, so it's really hard to explain and really hard to describe our emotions, all kinds of things of life. So yeah, I think it's the same wavelengths of like lots of things.
그래서 한 가지 이 영화를 만들 때 처음에 제일 좀 주저했던 부분, 우려했고 염려스러웠던 부분이 많은 독립 영화에서 영화를 만드는 이야기, 영화인들 이야기가 기존에 많이 있어서 이 영화가 과연 새로 만들어지고 새로 이렇게 사람들한테 사람들이 이 영화의 의미를 또 만들어진 의미를 찾을 수 있을까라는 그런 시각이 사실 제일 우려됐지만 나는 이 영화의 메시지가 지금 현 시점에서 한국 영화와 한국 영화인들, 연기자들에게 이 메시지가 나는 필요하다고 나는 생각했다. 그래서 만들었다.
So the reason of why I made this film is one of the things that I was really afraid of, like make this storytelling is here with the too many storytelling of the about filmmakers story, filmmakers film. I mean filmmakers, actors' life and directors' life, and you know all the some kind of really many cases always happen in whole of the film industry, like just for filmmakers story, right? So he always like afraid about how can I
새로운 걸 뭘 보여줄 수 있을까?
how can I show the new one of the filmmaker's story? Because many audiences, many people, they've already, you know, it's flooded by like most of the really too many filmmakers story to the audience. So many audience like, oh, this is so fun. Say it again, it's the same again. Yeah. So
지금 그런데 지금 한국은 약간 극장 산업의 위기다.
but actually this time is the one of the crisis of
Fear.
film industry like in Korea, like,
Yeah.
in theater.
Yeah, when I was there in October, I did speak to a few filmmakers there, and I spoke to the producer of Take 5 production studios, and we talked about the crisis in the Korean film industry, where there's a lot of financial difficulties for like independent studios and filmmakers, and even like Busan is facing a crisis because they're losing funding rather than gaining funding. And I think it's so ironic that they're beginning to lose funding, especially from the government, when Korean film is becoming quote unquote more popular globally. You think that they'd want to invest more
Yeah.
into
Because, I mean, how can I say that? I mean, it's like we cannot understand because we have many debating about like this. I mean, we're really pretty sure the most fresh and most personal and private things of the new one, just for filmmaking, just start from independent film. I'm pretty sure that we're pretty sure that. So that's the reason of why we suggest to the people who can support us, please support more just for independent film, focusing on more. Focus on more, please. But their way and their frame is kind of going the other way, though. So, see the game. So yeah. For the sake of all of this part, the small fry give some messages to the people in like those of this film industry situation.
많은 이제
To the
제작사들이
many producers and
OTT 시리즈나 이제 드라마를 만들기 위해서 포커스 집중을 하는데
many
이
production they focused on like just OTT platform like the dramas and many shows. Yeah.
이런 시점에서 좀 영화가 가진 의미 무엇인가에 대해서 좀
So like this era, what is the meaning of the film? What is the real meaning of the filmmaking? So
Is it about the art, or is it only about commercial success?
Yeah, is
right. That's like the question.
예술이냐 아니면 상업적 성공이냐 대체 무엇이냐.
Yeah, and for me, that's one of my things for my work that I do personally. I made it my choice to mostly focus on independent filmmakers. You know, people like yourselves, and who aren't. I cover commercial films, but I also prefer to cover like independent films and a lot of short films, because people pay more attention to commercial because that's what gets the most money for promotion.
Yeah.
You know, for the ones that go in the studio, in the largest cinemas, in Korea, it would be like Lotte Cinema, like Lotte's becoming more advanced, what's the word I'm looking for? More pervasive in the film industry in Korea, because now they have their production studios and they're producing things, but a lot of that funding isn't going into independent filmmakers, even short films, and like a lot of commercial filmmakers begin as short film filmmakers, but short films don't get all the attention that they need.
Yeah, right. Even more actually. Around 5 years ago or 4 years ago, many of the short film festivals disappeared. I don't know why. They don't have any support and they don't have any funds from the people. So I think it's such a bummer.
Yeah, it is. And for the film, like the title of the film, Small Fry, it made me kind of like giggle, because there's a term in Barbados film where we say you're a small fish in a big pond. Meaning that you're trying to compete with the bigger fish but the pond is limited. It's not the ocean where it's infinite, but a pond is like a limited amount of space, and you're a small fish trying to compete with bigger fish in a pond. And in your case, you guys call it a small fry. We call it a small fish, but it's the same thing in the Korean film industry. It's like Korea is a relatively small country, but you guys have an extremely impressive film industry, because the amount of films that Korea produces is mind-boggling, and the film talks about that. The film, like for your character, Ho-joon, he's quote unquote a small fry trying to make it in this big industry. And so for you as an actor, talk about being someone who decided, you know what, I'm gonna make a film about my own personal experience from an actor perspective, but also from your personal perspective as like a fisherman who has a YouTube channel and using it as a way to relate your perspective on the Korean film industry.
Yeah. So this small fry means actually I didn't have any plan before I met him, and before we just start for feature filmmaking.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I wanted to do is that I think I have to make the film. I have to shoot the film just for my life. I mean, I cannot wait. I can't stand for waiting just for choosing from the other actors in productions, because just as me, like, you know, like new actors, it's really hard to get the chance to be featuring or starring in the commercial film as a supporting role or something like that. So when I got a inspiration for this film Small Fry, there was it's automatically I just stab into this production because I love film, the first one, and I love acting, and I wanna act more and more, but there's no chance, no opportunity though. So okay, I think I have to get the chance, even if I just
create it yourself.
Yeah, right. So that's my start.
원래 내가 처음에 생각한 제목이 오사마 TV였는데 그거는 약간 내가 그걸 생각한 이유는 이 개인에 좀 초점을 맞춰서 그런 걸 생각을 했었는데 잔챙이라는 제목이 좀 더 많은 걸 좀 포괄하는 이유였던 것 같아요. 그래서 좋은 제목입니다.
Yeah, actually it's kind of a very different reply about your question, but he just wanna explain the small fries, actually he had his own opinion, just setting the title is not small fry.
Oh really?
Yeah. The other one is just Hosama TV. Is it weird though?
For the title of the film, yes.
Yeah. So.
Nee, weird.
Yeah, it's weird. But just now and when we set up the title as in Small Fry, it contains a lot of things of these old list of characters, even more it's really it's really good to describe the themes and all kinds of storytellings of these films characters, right?
Yeah, you made the right choice.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Because I suggest this title every time. When you're pre-production and production, post-production, hey, don't think about any of the titles without Small Fry. It'll be awesome title. Yeah, it'll be. But yeah, finally got it.
It works because it represents all three characters.
Yeah.
You know, all three characters they're small fry in a big pond. Even director Nam, in a sense, is a small fry because he's an independent filmmaker and he's trying to become a commercial success.
Yeah.
And I think his feelings of inadequacy informs his behavior. He feels insecure about whether he can make a commercially successful film, but he's taking it out on the people around him. He takes it out on Ho-joon and even takes it out on Hee-jin. You know, so for you, director Park, talk about your perspective as a director, writing and directing a film about a director like director Nam, because I'll admit he got on my nerves the entire film, and I was just like, this guy is rude. I would not want to work with him or work for him.
Was rude and uncomfortable feeling by the director Nam's behavior and portraying every time.
Yeah, so for you, talk about writing and directing a character like director Nam and how that might give people a perception of directors in the Korean film industry.
감독 지금 이제 감독 박중하로서 남 감독의 그 어떤 좀 약간은 불편한 캐릭터를 만드는 과정이 감독에게 어떤 의미고 그래서 이제 그 한국의 영화 산업에는 또 어떤 의미가 있을지.
야, 옛날에는 그런 감독이 많았다.
In the past, like those directors, many directors in film industry in the past.
Yeah, they're better now.
So, 그런데 지금 남 감독은 옛날 감독이 아님에도 조금 비호감적이고 이걸 대하는 방식이 조금 무례한 사람인데 그 사람을 내가 그 캐릭터 구축 모든 세 명의 캐릭터를 구축함에 있어서 남 감독이 그 성환 배우님이 이제 그런 좀 이렇게 호준을 좀 없는 사람 취급하고 그의 지금 현재 호준이 나에게 이런 얘기를 했다. 성환 배우가 나에게 이런 얘기를 했다. 어떤 얘기를 했냐면 그 부분이 제일 핵심적이었다. 캐릭터 구축에 있어서 그가 나에게 자기는 성환 배우를 바라봤을 때 굉장히 안 좋게 보고 있으며 그의 그 현 시점에서 그를 그냥 좀 막 대할 것 같다고 캐릭터 구축할 때 의견을 줬었고
나를 바라봤을 때
성환 배우가 호준이라는 캐릭터를 바라봤을 때 그런 남 감독일 것 같다라는 의견을 줬고 그랬을 때 나는 그게 좀 좋았다. 왜냐하면 그 이유는 그 호준이 그 들어가고자 하는 그 상업 영화의 세계는 호준을 좀 매몰차고 냉정하고 좀 가차없이 그를 없는 사람 취급하는 그런 면이 떠올랐고 굉장히 좋았다. 그런 캐릭터 해석을 해줬고 그래서 그런 캐릭터 구축이 되었던 것 같아요.
오케이. Even though
우리 새 캐릭터는 구축은 그렇게
even though the director now is not old one, he's not old director, but he's really rude.
Yeah.
He's not really nerd
Yeah.
to be an actor, even to Ho-joon. But why do he keep going on with the character? The first reason is that the actor who played that character, his name is Seong-hwan. His interpretation and his perspective to understand that character is that his opinion
호준이라는
his
캐릭터
opinion
매우 실망을 했고
to Ho-joon is like really disappointed Ho-joon's acting at the time, and the director
그의 과거를 알고 있었기 때문에
he's already know the Ho-joon's past, the previous films and previous acting. The actor, he accept that. I mean, he accept his character to be doing like that.
Yeah.
Because the director Park is agree his opinion and the reason why he accept that is it's like one of the metaphor of the really cold film industry. I mean, the actor Ho-joon, he wanna be going into that the film industry, but commercial film industry always really it's really hard to combine with that film industry as in Ho-joon, as in Ho-joon actor. So it's really like sort of metaphor. I mean, the director Nam is one of representative character of the Korean film industry to the Ho-joon. So there's like the same wavelengths of
그런 식으로 그 성환 배우가 캐릭터를 해석하고
so the
제안을 준 게
interpretation of that actor's interpretation is
He
really
suggested to me.
really makes sense. Really makes sense. It really looks like more film. I mean, you know, film always has like some really good meaning and some metaphor to the our life.
Yeah.
But it's want to represent the Korean film industry situation to the new actors. So the director Nam is one of the represent character of the Korean film industry. Yeah. So
To kind of give them an idea of what to be prepared for, like saying this is what to expect if you want to be in the Korean commercial film industry. This is the kind of attitude you're going to be getting, and that's interesting to me because while the film is for Korean audiences, and as you're saying, for young up-and-coming Korean filmmakers and actors and performers, for me, as someone from the outside living here in North America, I think it's really interesting and important because a lot of people who aren't familiar with the Korean film industry have a very, I guess you could say, has a fantasy version, what's the word I'm looking for? A very pristine interpretation of what the Korean film industry is. And in saying, what I mean is saying, oh, everything must be perfect there, you know?
신수까지 안 되잖아요. 항상 이런 걸로만.
Oh my god.
It's like the shape of the Korean film industry to the ordinary people who are not familiar with the industry.
Yeah.
그 한국 영화의 어떤 환경과 어떤 배우 환경과 배우 그런 인프라, 그런 시스템 점점 좋아지고 있고 옛날처럼 폭력적인 사람은 이제 많이 없다. 드라마 방송계도 그렇고 하지만
all the system and the situation and all kinds of environmental stances, all the departments of the Korean film industry is getting better.
예전에는 좀 그랬죠.
But in the
지금 많이
past,
좋아졌고.
like
It was hard. Yeah.
그렇지만 그 남 감독이란 존재는 여전히 조금 그렇게 좀 안 좋은 면이 있는 것 같다. 호준에게 영화상 호준에게.
But to be Ho-joon, like the director Nam's attitude and all kinds of his behavior is not good. I mean,
His attitude.
Yeah, but and the thing is, as well, like, as you're saying, like, things are getting better in the Korean film industry. The thing is with this film, while it is about the industry, I think it applies to almost any industry where you will encounter people where you have to work for people who are not nice, and you have superiors who you're just like you're like and the thought just occurred to me. Whereas like for Ho-joon, to me, I see the reason why his first audition didn't go well is because he was feeding off of the energy from director Nam. Because I think for directors afterwards, the energy they give out as directors, they'll get back from their actors and their performers. And it's the same thing in whatever job you have.
It's not only a story of like filmmaking.
It's the story of life. It's like, because like I've had people. I'm like, why am I gonna give you my best if you're not being respectful to me? You know, like, and so I think like the mini audition that they had in the tent, that scene was beautiful because it made me think of how like Hee-jin and Ho-joon are very relaxed. There is just them in this moment. They're not thinking about director Nam, and that's why that scene is so beautiful. You know, because they don't have him being catty or being mean and being rude. So it's just so like, and it's the same thing in any jobs. Like for different jobs I've had, I give my best performance when the people around me are giving me back. There's no pressure, you know. They're just let me be, and I'll do my best for you.
남 감독이 아무런 압박도 없는 둘만의 시간. It's time for only two characters.
So and so I want both of you now to talk about that scene with Hee-jin and Ho-joon, because and I think it's interesting that scene where it's like they give their best performances and their best to each other when they're not at the water, you know, because as we discussed, the lake, the fishing, the act of fishing is it has this big symbolism in the film, but the moment where they're giving their best to each other is away from the water. They're not fishing, they're just sitting down and they're talking. So talk about this scene, because we mentioned at the beginning time being an interesting concept in this film, and in this moment is talking about time, you know. The character that Ho-joon is auditioning for, which is Ki-joon?
Ki-joon, yes, right.
Ki-joon,
Correct.
Ki-joon.
You're correct.
I remember. He's a ghost, and like the character that Hee-jun is playing, she doesn't want to let him go, but he's telling her, I'll always be here, you have time, do what you need to do, but I'll still be here. And again, that's a metaphor in the film again of like actors playing a role, or anyone in anywhere in life, like the thing that you want most will be there waiting for you at the correct time to get it. So talk about that scene and how that scene is just, I think that scene is beautiful. Like the scene that you did with the actress, I was just like, oh, the feels. I'm like, I kind of almost want to see this film in real life. Like you should make that film.
예. 텐트 씬 해주실 때 너무 아름답고 좋았는데, 사실 이게 굉장히 좋았던 이유는 피싱을 하는 장면인데 이 장면만큼은 낚시와는 전혀 관계되지 않은 장소에서, 낚시도 없이 낚시와는 떨어진 장소에서 이 씬을 아름답게 만들어냈다. 그러니까 분명 이거는 낚시하고 낚시하는 장소인데 낚시라는 게 배제된 상태에서 이 씬이 너무 아름답게 이루어졌고, 그리고 나 항상 여기 있을 거야. 그 기준이라는 그 약간 무령 인물이 항상 여기 있을 거야. 이런 대사들이나 이런 것들이 너무 아름답게 잘 만들어지고 하모니가 너무 좋았고, 그 씬을 잘 잊을 수 있고 좋다고 생각하는데, 그 씬에 대해서 얘기를 좀 해줘요.
장소
어쨌든 전반적인 그 씬에 대한
그 줄거리를 만들면서 어느 정도 우리가 트리트먼트를 구상하면서 최종 시나리오는 물론 배우들과 함께 어느 정도 완성을 했지만, 사실 그 하이라이트 대본을 읽는 씬은 어느 순간 우리가 트리트먼트 줄거리를 완성하면서 그 씬은 딱 어떤 그 머릿속에 그곳에서 호준이 자기가 실패한 오디션 감독을 만났다면 다시 뭔가 이렇게 그런 영화의 오디션에 대한 어떤 오디션과 자기가 전날 실패한 오디션과 연관된 어떤 스토리가 구축이 되면 좋겠다라고 생각했는데, 그 장면이 떠올랐고, 그래서 그거가 어느 정도 좀 시나리오의 중반 정도, 시나리오 쓰기 트리트먼트 정도 잡혔고, 그걸 위해서 계속 다른 살들을 붙여나갔던 거예요.
When we shaped the treatment up, that audition part intent was like the Ho-joon. Just for the Ho-joon, if the Ho-joon missed director not again, why do we do that? I mean, meet again and do Ho-joon to have to like do I get one more chance to audition, or like, you know, some kind of like what would be happen to Ho-joon? So if as I'm an actor, if I met director one more again the next day, the day after the audition, so how can I do like deal with PP's the director again? So something like that is popped it up on the way. I mean, in the meantime of our treatment. So it's already set it up like middle of our treatment. I mean, as a timeline. In the middle of timeline, we just set it up like those scenes for our screenwriting.
그리고 그 텐트 옷, 그 하우스 장소가 아예 그 우리의 접근법이 그 낚시터를 보면서 중간중간 돌아다니면서 계속 스토리를 동시에 썼기 때문에 그 스토리에 굉장히 그 장소가 우리한테 전해주는 어떤 영감을 받아서 그렇다면 이들이 밤에 이걸 마실 장소는 어디가 될까라는 걸 스토리 트리트먼트를 쓰면서 했을 때 하우스라는 게 그 낚시터에 있으니까 거기에 맞춰서 스토리가 방향을 그렇게 갔던 것 같다.
In Korea, many people say that it's not like some people say
그리고
that
뭐 화장실 어디 있어요? 그러니까 우리의 그 영화 과정 만드는 과정의 특징이 이게 중요한 것 같아요. 화장실 어디 있어요? 그리고 매점, 또 저수지 안에 있는 식당, 하우스 이런 공간이 굉장히 장소가 주는 이야기들을 끄집어내면서 이 캐릭터들과 같이 엮어 나갔던 것 같아요.
Yeah, in the meantime of screenwriting, we just working around the location,
Yeah.
and we just pick up some inspiration by each of location, each of the menus, and for example, snack shops, and where is a restaurant? No, where is a restroom? One more restroom, and the restaurant, and then the tent. I mean, we sometimes we call it house. Yeah, the house and all the location, which inspiration that we can get by the location. So the tent scene is from those of inspiration.
So you were inspired by the locations.
Yes,
Okay, so
When
the
we walk
dialogues were
around.
inspired by the location. That's interesting.
그래서 그들이 밤에 거기에 있을 것 같아요.
So three characters be in that house in the night with the drinking.
처음에는 그냥 그 하우스를 정하기 전에는 그냥 모닥불을 펴놓고 그냥 텐트를 치고 이런 것도 우리가 생각했었잖아요.
When we don't have any ideas of tent and house, we just think about it we use campfire and the ground and just floor and
Yeah.
something like that. But when we do we call location hunting, we just hunting the location. Oh my God, this place is really inspired to us. I mean,
Ooh, this would be a good place to have a conversation like this.
Yeah. So how about using this place just for our screen?
그리고 이제 장소에 대한 건 이야기를 했고 그 대사 시나리오 그 부분 둘이 이렇게 주고받는 그 장면은 사실 그런 오디션, 텐트 오디션, 하우스 오디션을 좀 하면 좋겠다고 생각해서 과연 어떤 내용이면 좋을까라는
So just for the dialogue, just for the scene of the tent audition, he always which dialogue and which situation would be good to describe the character's emotions.
Right.
Yeah, it's a really significant things and significant scene in whole the screenwriting in Small Fry. It's really important scene just to all the characters.
그 장면은 근데 포커스는 초점은 희진을 중심으로 그 대화가 구성되었다. 그래서 희진이 앞으로 어떤 라이프 삶을 살지에 대한 것이 시나리오상에 좀 표현을 시키기 위해서 쓰고 여기한테도 물어보고 희진한테도 물어보고 계속 수정을 해서.
So he thinks the focus would be to Hijin's life. So the scene would be represent of Hijin's life.
Yeah.
So he asked me and he asked Hijin, how about this situation?
If that would work, okay.
Yeah, just that and audition scene. So when he writing the scene detailing, so it's what kind of dialogue or what kind of the words that we have to use for represent the Hijin's life. Yeah, so
그래서 카나리아 속 극중 남자는 그가 좀 뭔가 그가 주저하는 어떤 그런 세계, 영화 세계. 그녀가 주저하는 그런 영화 세계인 것 같고, 그녀가 이제 좀 자기만의 그 죽은 남자로부터 독립해서 새로운 길을 찾아가고자 하는 그런 게 이제 거기에 반영된 거예요. 그 스크립트.
So okay.
왜냐면 현실 그 영화 속 현재의 그녀는 지금 뭔가 좀 주저하고 자유로워져야 되는.
In the cannery, the script in the script, it's kind of complicated. Anyway, in the cannery, the character Ki-jun is one of the represent of
그녀를 잡고 이렇게
represent of Hijin's current situation.
Yes.
야,
Hesitate. Do I have to go? Do I have to not? it's like the represent of the Kijun's situation, the Kijun, and but the Kijun's dialogue to the Kijun is the one of represent of
그녀의 마음속, 그녀의 현재 마음속을 고민하는
he's the mindset, her mindset. This is a represent her mindset. Okay, I wanna
나만의 좀 길을 가고
I
싶다.
wanna go on my way, but it's really hard to get there. So yeah, so that scene is really super represent like just for all the characters, the situation, and the things like small fry.
It is. I see Kijun is kind of like her subconscious that she's arguing with herself. Like, is this film Canary, this project that she has with director Nam, is this the film that's right for her? Is this the project that's going to take her where she needs to go? And even if it does, is this how she wants to get there? You know?
Yeah, so I think Kijun is the other Heejin. I mean,
You're right. He's the other
Yeah.
Heejin, yeah. And we're gonna wrap it up because it's getting a bit more noisier. So something that as you were talking, director, that occurred to me, your directing style seems to be very collaborative and very inspired by your environment and the people that you work with. So, and because you said like the actor who plays director Nam, his interpretation of the directors who you went with regards to what you would have had your initial assessment, and then you have the actress who played Heejin inform the way that the characters played on screen. So talk to me about having that be your directing style, because I think that's very interesting, and then the way how it all ties in together is very, I guess you could say, that's very impressive to me, that everything does work the way it's supposed to, which again is, I guess, kind of like serendipitous, because that is the whole entire metaphor of the film, you know, like things will come to you the way it's meant to if you just like have the patience and have to care for it, you know. So talk to me about that being your directing style.
Your question is the directing like those characters.
Not only directing the characters, but being inspired by the people you work with, like having you be the co-writer on the project and having your life inform the character, as well as having the opinions of the actors be the informed choice of the characters. Because I think it's interesting where some directors will, you know, this is the character and this is the way you have to play, whereas for you're like, okay, no, I'm gonna have the actress tell me if this situation is realistic.
Oh, so you mean directors give them chance to interpret their
Yeah, because I think that's an interesting directing style, to let the actors inform the characters.
직접 자기들이 캐릭터를 구축하고 해석하게 할 수 있는 기회를 주는 거죠. 보통은 어디 딱 셋업해놓고 너 이거 연기해, 너 이거 해 이렇게 하는데, 그래서 이렇게 된 게 굉장히 흥미로운 그 과정인데 이걸 이제 선택하게 되는
So 사실 나는 이 방법으로 영화를 만들고 싶어서 이 방법을 하고 싶어서 이 영화를 만들었다.
so the reason of why he make this film is from his own dream was this method. This method. I mean, he wanna use this way. He wanted to use this way just for his filmmaking because it's really interesting, fresh. So, this the reason.
The reason is 그 실제 배우들이 자기가 생활하고 있는 그 장소, 다큐가 아니라 실제 배우들이 생활하고 있는 job, place, environment, 그걸 가지고 나는 영화를 만들고 싶었는데, 그러려면 내가 디렉팅을 일부러 주는 것이 아니라 그가 평소에 생활하고 생각하고 고민하고 만나는 사람들 그 자체, 그 자신이 우주 세계, 영화적 세계를 창조하면 좋을 것 같았고, 내가 굳이 주기보다는 그로부터 내가 더 들을 게 많고 더 이제 캐릭터 구축을 하는, 극영화를 구축하는 더 많은 도움을 받을 게 많다고 나는 생각했다.
So he always interesting using the actor's life. I mean, actor's life, which is like all the actors getting something from their life. So there'll be he wanna
YouTube.
he wanna take that
actor.
he wanna take the method to this film Small Fries. So for that reason, all the characters, like not even for me, but also to the director Nam and Hee-jin, they can, yeah, all of us, we can catch our own interpretation just for the characterizing. So you want to give the chance to all the actors.
그래서 내가 할 거는 뭔가 내가 세계를 막 만드는 사람이 아니라
So I'm not a
당신이 가진 세계 그리고 새로 다른 주인공들의 세계를 나는 하나의 세계로 만들기 위해서 계속 대화를 했고 연결을 시켜준 거야.
I'm not a maker of the one universe. Just I wanna collect all
Yeah.
the people, all the actors' universe, and then wanna combine and which one is better, which one is really good. Collaboration with each of actors' universe. So this is my role. This was my role. I don't wanna make like a whole universe and set it up and just
그래서 물론 이 감독의 연기를 했지만 어쨌든 이 사람이 가진 세계, 이 희진이 가진 세계가 이 세 세계가 낚시터에 모여졌을 때 어떤 이야기들이 하나로 묶여지고 연결될지 거기에 대해서 나는 고민을 했고 내가 그들한테 뭔가 이야기적으로 나는 그들이 나한테 많은 소스를 얻기를 원했다. 그래서 많은 질문을 했고 많은 소스를 나한테 주면 난 그걸 가지고 내러티브를 구축하고 또 그들에게 어떤 그렇게 해서
I always agonize that which universe will be born when I gather each of the universe in the one time. So
귀를 기울였다. 이야기를
I always keep my eyes on to the characters' interpretation, each of one, and every time I just ask to him and ask to her just why you think about it and why your universe and your character be doing like this behavior or not. So you wanna like take that like more, getting more better harmony.
narrative and plot. So and 뭔가 할 얘기가 있었는데 그 중요한 이유는 그들이 주체적으로 이 약간 다큐멘터리 나는 실제 존재하는 다큐멘터리 스타일 존재하는 한 사람을 그냥 따라가고 싶었고 내가 계속 그 파편적인 걸 연기를 시켜서 만들고 해서 붙이고 싶지 않았다. 그래서 나의 연출법의 하나는 내가 현장에서 연기 디렉팅을 많이 하면 우리 영화는 망한 거라고 계속 얘기했다. 네, 그 얘기를 해주면서
I just wanna follow the actors acting without any of the direction.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't wanna make some like part of the actors or all the things of the acting. I don't wanna do that. It's kind of really close to documentary style, but so
인터뷰
No,
question is many things he gave to me. So,
네.
yeah.
just follow the actors they're doing an interpretation on the set, and it looks like documentary style.
Yeah, and I really like that kind of style because to me that kind of filming is more realistic. And it feels, and I think it gets the audience more involved because then the audience knows that the reactions that we're seeing are more realistic. Like the fishing scenes, like the scenes where the characters caught the fish, and like the audience for in the screening for Small Fry, we all reacted to those scenes because they were like. We were like, oh my, because I had in my head was like, did they actually hook a fish on the thing? But I was like, wait, no, that's real. That's how it happened. Like you can't train a fish to hook on a thing, but that really informs the film and it informs the characters because like you and I gotta say for you, Ho-joon, like it's so impressive that you're able to stay in character in those kind of scenes. So I do like that kind of filmmaking style. It really does fit the film. And go ahead.
그러니까 요약을 하자면, 그러니까 나는 배우들이 너무 수동적이라고 생각해. 보통 영화 시스템에서 수동적이라고 생각해서 분명히 그 자기 주체적으로 이 이야기 내러티브와 플롯을 짜는 데 있어서도 굉장히 깊숙하게 배우들을 참여시키고 싶었고 주체적으로 이야기를 만드는데 참여시키고 싶었고 그러면 연기를 하는 데 있어서도 더 주체적이 될 수 있다고 생각합니다.
No worries. No worries, no worries, no worries. So, it's okay.
It was going so well, no coughs.
No.
Oh, no, sorry, I've had like this cough that would not go away.
So he doesn't want to know actors are always doing like acting passively. I mean, like more subjectified. I mean, all the people is doing this. All the each characters doing the acting is like more subjectified, like on with their own interpretation. Yeah. So that's the point. That's the point of this method, this way. Many people, many actors sometimes it's like. Even me, sometimes I.
많은 배우들이 감독이 뭘 얘기해 줄지만 귀를
Many actors
I
like
don't like it.
Many actors like I have to care about the director's opinion every time. So which one is his interpretation and which one is his intention? Do I have to acting like this for It's like more passively every time. But he doesn't wanna use like those way in this small fry.
나는 당시 하고 싶은 대로 해라 생각하고
Just
하고 싶은 대로
do yourself. You wanna do
그런데
that.
이상하면 내가 질문을 하겠다.
But as a director, if I catch some strange things, that I would be check about it. I'd be checking. I'd be modify this. Which one
Why?
is better? Or
Why?
Why are you doing that? Something like that. So just do it yourself and do not doing it passively like this. So
And that makes the set better for everyone on the set, right? For you, makes your job easier as a director, makes it easier for the cast.
right. No worries.
Oh my gosh. And the crew makes it better for the crew as well. And for me as an audience and like also as a critic and a journalist, something that I'm always aware of. And sometimes I don't think directors realize it, but as the audience, we can tell when performers have a good experience on set because it does come true on screen. And for this one, it seemed like you guys were all having fun on set, and like the characters are more relaxed, and that's what makes the scenes really work,
Okay.
And I wish all directors were like that, but sadly they're not.
That's because of like this method. I mean, if he choose the previous method, something like doing passively, and you have to say like this, and you have to doing like this and acting like this.
Yeah.
I think we couldn't catch the beautiful moment of Seong-hwan,
Oh.
Yeah.
Like the scene where the bowl of the bait falls over. I was in my head. I told myself I have to ask, was that intentional or that
I mean, which scene?
where the guy came over and he was like speaking bad about Ho-joon and like he threw it down
The gluten bowl is fallen.
and it fell over. I was like, did that happen? Like, was that planned or was that our
아빠 던지면서 이렇게 할 때 그 그릇이 되게 자연스럽게 떨어졌거든요. 이게 인공적으로 한 거냐, 한 걸까? 너무 자연스러운데 이렇게 생각을 했다.
그
낚시꾼이 와서 툭 던질 때
떨어뜨리려고 한 건 우리가 이제
Actually, the falling off is we've already
Our
set it
plan.
up.
Our
This
plan.
okay,
on
right.
purpose, but the shape and the all the things that is like messed up.
Yeah.
The floor is not set it up. I mean, when the actor do that and throw that ball just to the ground. Okay, just stop. Don't touch. We have to go to the other shot for that. It has to be naturally. So
right.
Just to do it to that, right?
And it worked. And like my audience, the people that were behind me, we all laughed at that scene because I was just thinking in my head, well, I was just like, well, that's gonna go bad. But it really works. And so like for my last question, really now. So for you, we talked about director and Park's directing stuff for you now. What's your acting style and like what's your kind of like the way how you like not only your acting but like how that also works as a YouTuber? Because me being a YouTuber, I realized like I used to believe that I needed to be quote unquote more professional when I started to do my YouTube channel, but then I realized being natural is the best thing for me. Like I don't put on any kind of like airs or anything. So for you, like how does your acting experience and then being a YouTuber feed into how do they feed into each other? How does being a YouTuber inspire you as an actor, and then how does being an actor inspire you being a YouTuber?
배우로서 유튜브를 하면서 배우를 하는 게 과연 연기에 어떤 영향이 있는지 유튜브를 하는 게 되게 Okay, that's really good question. Really interesting. Have you ever watched my YouTube channel?
I have not yet, but I will. Not yet.
You know, I'm pretty sure that you will realize that my YouTube channel's the storytelling style is kind of really close to film. Many fishermen, they do their YouTube channel like there is intentionally shooting all the happenings in the fishing spot, just cutting and editing, looks like more professional. But to me, as a YouTuber, I just try to like storytelling more natural, like being within order. Like I don't wanna editing like just flipping over like the timeline, release the timeline. No, I just start from the beginning of my fishing and to the end of my fishing. I just wanna show whole timeline to the people. It's like being me. By watch my YouTube channel. So most of my YouTube channel's contents, I narrate it myself. All the narration is already contained. So the reason why I use the narration style is that I can captivate all the watchers being more like their attention and all the things is just for watching the fisher's life and fisher's thought and fisher's doing and what am I do right now and what am I change what do I have to do changes for the bait or the way or drills just for catch the one more carp. So that narrating and the narration, to make the narration is really helpful to my acting skills sometimes. I mean, because I'm pretty sure that the actor, we have to get some abilities for communicating with the audience. But the YouTube channel is really one of the biggest platform just for communication. I'm pretty sure. So it's really like a little bit the same things in between acting and YouTube channel. So without my knowledge, when I'm doing like those YouTube channel, I've got like those ability and the things that I can do more great communication with the audience as an actor. So yeah. And furthermore, the narration is really always hard to get good pronunciation and good voice and how can I deliver all the messages to the people more clearly. So yeah, automatically I practice my narration and my pronunciation more and more better and better, right? So it's really like, I'm pretty sure there is kind of a little connection with the acting and YouTube channel. Yeah. But sometimes I'm really like, do I have to keep this YouTube channel on? Because it's not my main job. And I don't want to open all of my life to the people.
Yeah.
I'm actor. Sometimes actor to be more mysterious to the people, right? Because if we open all the things of our life, some people say that, oh yeah, I know all of you. I know all of yours. So I don't have any expectation, anticipation of your acting. So that's the reason why my YouTube channel, I I don't want to like show my face to the people. Just like just point of view is always from my
from the camera in your
off
head.
the camera's head and just using this. So
Okay.
사람들이 나를 유튜버로 인식하지 않잖아.
yeah, every time it's just, I don't want to. The people say that, oh, he's an actor. No, he's a YouTuber. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to make that.
Now they know though, but
Yeah, I'm an actor. But every time when I went in the fishing spot, Osama is here. Osama is here. Something like that. So, like those of dilemma, I've always got it. So I wanna give this dilemma to this filmmaker, the director. I had like those dilemma in my life between YouTube and acting. So we have to use this because it's really meaningful and it's really kind of on behalf of all the people's life. Just being get the dream, or do I have to keep staying on the real life? Do I have to keep going on for the dream, the passion? So it's kind of really, sitting on the fence every time, every day. So so that's the reason why it's really meaningful to me. So, but sometimes I'm really disappointed in my YouTube channel. Yeah, I have to stop. I have to quit it because I want to be more great actor. But why I have to focus on my YouTube channel, getting more subscribers, getting more view count, like view counts like that. But just now, really grateful and thanksgiving to my YouTube channel because throughout that I'm here.
Yep.
It's more fun, right? I'm here by the YouTube channel and you're here though. So thanks to God, and I'm really blessed by that. Yeah. But still now I'll be be more great actor. I want to be more great actor.
Great. Thank you so much to both of you. 감사합니다. This was a great interview. I'm really glad that I got your perspectives on this film and also get to more insight into the Korean film industry. Because for me, I don't want to just have conversations about the films. I want to learn more about the industry as well. So like your film might really give me a lot of insight on getting your perspective on your filmmaking process is very interesting and insightful to me. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for your time and for interpreting for us, and also for your perspectives on the film. Because something that was mentioned in the film, which I think is very interesting, is a lot of Korean actors are creating YouTube channels now.
Oh, yeah.
And I've noticed that a lot of them are having YouTube channels where they're doing like different things, like having hobbies, or if they go on tour or whatever, they're doing like
But
promotional.
it's only for the celebs. I mean, the celebrities is
For the bigger A-listers,
The bigger, the more just get more money and the more get yours.
I know, right? They're getting all this money from I'm like, you're getting all this money as an actor and from your endorsements. Why do you have to take the YouTube subscription fees too?
Yeah, of course.
I feel you on that. But thank you so much. I appreciate both of you taking the time to talk to me, because I know you have you're going back to Korea tomorrow, and I know that's a painfully long trip. So I appreciate both of you taking the time to talk to me today. So, yay!
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Yay!